Alright, bitches, so it's time for the next ending in Chrono Trigger. Okay, so we did get, like, all of the different sort of endings, but there is, like, a pretty big variation to the Beyond Time ending that I'm gonna go ahead and do right now. Basically, to do this, you just fly to the Day of Lavos in the Epoch, and then once we get there, we'll get the option to just ram the fuck out of them with it. So let's do that! To the apocalypse we go! Now, of course, why the fuck you would ever destroy this beautiful time machine by flying it into Lavos is beyond me. But hey, it's an ending we can get here. I feel like we're gonna get some dialogue. Oh no, it's Lavos! Definitely haven't seen this about 27 times now. Or, yeah, well, this is different. At least we can see the Epoch right in front of it. Oh no, it's the scary porcupine of death! Do you bleed, Lavos? You will! Oh, Magus, his dick is just so erect right now. He's like, oh, Lavos, you son of a bitch! Been waiting for this. Yes! Fuck you, Lavos! Ah, the Epoch get us through. Hang on to your butts, motherfuckers! Okay. Magus is like, oh, god damn it. How did I end up in this again? Got a little bit of a... This track isn't played any other times. Interesting. Oh, shit! Are we playing F-Zero? What is going on? What is the background? Like, what are we looking at here? Are we... We're not already flying through Lavos. This is very bizarre. Or maybe that was us flying through Lavos into his core, I guess. I like how Magus isn't even... He's just standing waiting. Oh, about time you fuckers woke up. He's... Wake up, ho. It's time. Yeah, the Epoch. Interesting, by choosing this way, there is no save point and no portal back. Okay, so I'll just finish off these forms of Lavos here, and I'll bring you guys back for the changes to the ending. What happens when you do not have the Epoch. Wow. Yep, Lavos, he's dying even quicker now that I've gotten a few levels since the last time that I, like, got all those endings. I now have quite a few more levels. I'm actually pretty close to getting to the, maximum level for everyone so we can battle that last form of Specchio. At this point, that's really all that's left to do. We'll just see Specchio in his ultimate perfect form. He'll be like, so, my perfect body. Okay, so now this is going to spit us into a variation of the Beyond Time ending, the good ending. All of the different variations you can get, like, there's the one scene after you complete the desert and you fight the Retinite boss, Fiona's forest side quest. After you complete that, you go in that little special red time warp. And you actually then go save Luca's mother from being paralyzed. You actually like, if you don't save her, like, that'll change the ending slightly, because she'll still be in her wheelchair. What's another variation you can get? Well, I guess if you don't save the, Chancellor here, he's not able to make the Moonlight Parade that everyone loves quite so much. We'll let all of the dancers pop out of Morrow's genie pants here. Huh? Yeah, oh look. You save the future, blah blah blah. Yeah, we're pretty badass. We basically fucked everything up. You know what would be super awesome is if they made like an anime of Chrono Trigger. I feel like that's something that could happen. Like, Chrono Trigger is probably like one of the most beloved RPGs of all time. It probably actually is #1. What if they just made an anime following the storyline? That would be fucking badass. I guess the one thing is they would have to make Chrono talk. But, you know, I feel like the silent protagonist is a little bit played out by this point. I mean, the Legend of Zelda series, how long is Link gonna remain silent? Forever, I guess. And then obviously Chrono Trigger, all of the Shining Forces are always like that. It is particularly strange in Shining Force 3 when there's 3 separate scenarios where you control, like, basically the leader of an army. And, like, you encounter the other 2 main characters of the other scenarios. And, like, depending on which scenario you are, like, the main character of Scenario 1, you see him when you're going through Scenario 2, except he's talking and has dialogue. But when you're going through Scenario 1, you see the main character of Scenario 2, and he's talking and he's got dialogue. But when you're in their respective scenarios, they don't say anything. So, like, I guess I would kind of like to see the silent protagonist be killed off. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense if you think about it. Well, I don't know. I guess you could say that he is talking. They're just not showing it to you. Like, obviously, Chrono doesn't go through the entire game without saying a word to anyone. It's just the dialogue is not displayed for us. Like, I know in, like, Shining Force 2, that's very evident when, like, a character like Sir Astral will ask you something, for example, and then, like, the characters will, like, nod their heads and move around, and it's like, oh, they're, you know, explaining the story, we just don't get to see them talking. And yeah, here's Morrow leading Chrono by the dick. Oh, Chrono. Alright, so at this point, all that's left is to head to the time portal, and we get to see everyone get sent off. So sad, everybody, but this is it. And Frog, I guess it's not really explained, like, why exactly is Frog's curse broken? Like, it would make sense if you kill, like, in the ending where you kill Magus, like, oh, the curse wore off, but... So I guess, like, on his way through the portal, Magus is just like, oh, by the way, Froggy, I'll break the curse now, whatever, fuck it. Because I guess in the original Super Nintendo version, without the PlayStation 1 exclusive anime cutscene at the end, you never do see Frog go back to his human form. But here in the PlayStation 1 version, you do see Frog go back to his human form in that little anime cutscene, so that's pretty interesting. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, shit! Oh, I guess, or maybe you could say, yes, the princess kissing the frog. And now that's why Frog goes back to normal. How's about that? Sup, Magus? Bye, Magus! We'll see you in Chrono Trigger DS when you get, like, a super duper exclusive secret ending at the end. Yeah, after finishing Chrono Trigger, in the future, I definitely am going to be doing the DS version of Chrono Trigger. I'll be recording that. I will want to go through Chrono Cross first, though. No, bye, robot. You're a robot, so you don't have emotions, or do you? It has its Terminator AI. Hasta la vista, baby. Goodbye, Robo. No, he's gonna do a Rickroll. Okay, so right around here is where the differences in the ending actually begin to take place. Because normally right there, that's where Chrono's mom would be chasing the cat into the portal. But since we don't have the Epoch to go save her in this one, she doesn't actually go into the portal. Yeah, and here, Luca... Now, the entity... That has got to be Shayla that she's referring to. It couldn't be anyone else. Oh, shit, the king. Oh, Marl's still the party leader. Alright, back to see the king. Oh, shit, is it time for that boss battle in Chrono Cross at the Dead Sea? No, not quite yet. The bell! Nadia's bell. How's about that? What? Why? What? Oh, Chrono's being a gentleman. Oh, okay. She's just putting the bell up there. I see now. Yahoo! Done! Really? That doesn't make any sense. Like, the balloons would not be able to lift the bell up. Oh, she's being carried away into the wind! Chrono, help her! That's your boo! Goodbye, everybody! The king is like, oh, so that's how my heir is gonna be conceived, huh? Floating on the balloon, you don't say. And here's the big graphical ending that back in the 90s, when this game came out, this was the sickest shit ever. So yeah, rather than seeing the Epoch flying all over, we get to see Chrono and Marl on the balloons of justice. Oh, Nobuo Uematsu. Oh, his music is too good. Oh, too good. So yeah, so this is the final ending. So we've got all of the endings of Chrono Trigger, including these variations here. So now at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind out the final levels so that I'm able to fight that last form of Specchio. And then after doing that, I'll probably just have a video, like, we'll check out the extras mode, see everything that's unlocked there. I know they have, like, boss data, enemy data, they have a tech showcase, they got all the movies and music in the game, and they've also got, like, treasure maps, too. It's pretty cool. When I finally end up doing Final Fantasy VI, I'll probably do the same thing as well. The last video, I'll be going through the extras mode. I was thinking about doing Final Fantasy VI maybe not too long from now, like just the normal vanilla version. But I don't know, because I completed the mod Brave New World not that long ago, so maybe I'll do Final Fantasy VI sometime next year. Because I do still I have to finish Final Fantasy Type 0. I do think I'm going to start the next Shining Force game coming up here. It'll be good to continue to move along getting those done, because I want to get to Shining Force 3 sometime soon, because Shining Force 3 is going to take like 8 months to complete. Because it's 3 separate scenarios, and then the premium disc, like, each scenario is going to be at least 50 parts, I would have to imagine. And then there's an awful lot of grinding I would have to do at the end of all 3 scenarios, too, to make sure the characters are at the proper strength level. Because there's an interesting gimmick that Shining Force 3 does where, like, you'll want all of your main force to be strong and all of your reserves to be strong as well. Which is something I did anyway in all the previous Shining Forces I've gone through. I have, like, in Shining Force 1, 2, and CD, I did promote every single character and show them off. Wow, Chrono Trigger has taken me a long time, considering I started Chrono Trigger before Shining Force CD, but then I completed Shining Force CD before I completed Chrono Trigger. Oh, look at the planet that we have saved! It's a shame that Goku could not be here to see it. What other games are coming up soon? A lot of people have been asking for... I've seen a ton of requests for 2 games in particular. Legend of Dragoon, an awful lot of people have mentioned it. So many that I've begun to do some preliminary research on it, because I think I would like to record that soon since so many people want to see it. That's a game that I've beaten once, so I'm not as familiar with it as I am, say, Chrono Trigger, the other Final Fantasies. And the other game is Final Fantasy VIII. That's another one people have been asking about, and I probably will start that soon. Maybe I might start one of those probably in the summer, maybe around June or July, I'm thinking. Because I do want to get a lot more of these old school RPGs knocked out here.